And we are live. All right. Welcome to Constant Collectible, issue 9, where it is our mission to collect news and reviews in a world of geek culture for you to enjoy. This is issue 9. I'm Simon.
And I'm Chad.
And today we are visited and we are guested by someone special, our very own Hannah Heath. Hannah, how's it going?
Hey, happy to be here.
Happy to have you. We've been trying to get you on here for a couple of times, and now you're free. So it's good to be here.
Finally done with school. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's time for a little break.
Yeah.
All right. So Chad wants to know how everybody's week went. Sounds like Chad may have had a rough week.
No, I was just...
you need to complain, Chad.
It was just a generalized question. So, you know, how'd everyone's week go?
I'm glad tomorrow's Friday, if that tells you something.
No, it
Yeah.
didn't tell me.
Well, and obviously mine was awesome because I finished my semester. So no school for like 6 weeks. I'm excited.
Nice
Lucky
Christmas
dog, lucky dog.
Yeah.
break. Excuse me. All right, so Chad, I have a question for you, and it's been on my mind since last night. I have a little tear right here.
Okay.
Can't see it, but it's there. How do you feel that now we have to wait so many months to go back into the WestWorld?
I am not happy. I watched that last night, and I watched it again today. And I sent you numerous texts last night, I know.
Payback, I'm assuming.
What's that?
Payback, I'm assuming.
Well, kind of, sort of, but there were several things that, yes, I was correct on and I was very proud of. So,
Which we will talk about and spoil it a little bit later. Yeah, I'm a tad sad myself, but I liked the way it ended.
yes. So, but on a same note, different topic, we are looking for something else to spoil it with, either next week, the week after, maybe even something that, you know, Miss Hannah Heath here can jump into and spoil it with us.
Whoa.
Oh, what shall we spoil?
Preferably not the Gilmore Girls.
Well, there's only 6 episodes, right? So it wouldn't last very long, unless you're going back to the original and then
am going back to the original. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. All right. So we'll have to play with that one and see what we can come up with, and we'll because, well, show note, we might as well say this now is that he won't be here, but Hannah, will you join me next week?
Yeah, I'm planning on it.
Okay, good. Then we don't
This
need
isn't a huge
Chad.
disaster and you don't invite me back. We'll see.
So yeah, show note, Chad won't be here. We don't want him here. He has priorities, and it's not us.
That's correct. My priorities are Star Wars. So next week, 7 p.m. West Coast time, that is, I will be watching Rogue One.
If you stay tuned to his Periscope page, you too can watch the entire thing. Just kidding.
Come on, Goody. Do it.
Take your webcam, just put a little camera right on above your forehead.
You know, I have Hangout on my iPhone, so I might be able to maybe, like, you know, hold it up and be like, hey, guess what? This is where I am right now. Check it out.
You know what? You should. That would be hilarious. So, but yeah, Chad won't be here, but Hannah will be joining me, and so we will still have a show, and we'll go from there, and we'll have fun with it. So, why don't we just jump right into the topics of the night? And the first topic that we're going to hit is Trailer Nation. This week's been crazy. There's been a ton of trailers popping, but the first one we want to talk about, of course, is Guardians of the Galaxy. So,
Baby Groot.
So what are you, Hannah? What are your thoughts on this?
I'm mostly just extremely entertained with Baby Groot. He's so adorable. I watched it over and over just for his scenes. So I'm excited. Yeah.
Goody, what do you think?
I'm excited. It looks to be a lot of good action, and of course, a lot of good comedy to go along with it. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. And of course, I think my favorite part of the entire trailer was the very end. When
yes,
you love her. Oh yeah, I love that. So
yeah.
I can't wait. I'm looking forward to this very much. So, what do you think, Simon?
I watched it the other day for the first time. When it first came out, I could not stop laughing, especially the end part. The comedy within Guardians of the Galaxy, I think, is fantastic. The interaction between the characters, yeah, I mean, just Dave Bautista alone with his lack of understanding, it cracks me up. And just watching his reaction, with the scene about the love, and I can't wait. And man, the special effects too. I mean, it's on par with the first one.
Yeah, I think it all looks a lot better actually than the first one. I'm hoping at least. Sequels aren't always the best, but I think this sequel is going to do quite well.
I agree. And it's nice because you're pretty much getting the cast back. You're getting James Gunn back, and there's some additions to this one, because this one we're going to find out Star-Lord's parentage, because we know he's not full Earthborn, and we know that there is, and we reported on this before, that oh my gosh, sorry, Kurt Russell, I was tweaking his name. Kurt Russell is going to play Ego, which is, we're told, is his father. So
you said Russell Crowe?
Yeah, no, that's a follow-up from last week's show. No, Kurt Russell, is going to play Ego. But what I find interesting is, that's cool. I love that we've added him to this cast. But I'm wondering, and I don't know if you guys are doing the same thing, but who's Rocky? Who is Sylvester Stallone going to be?
Yes, I'm so confused about that.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried looking at some characters. I know from what I heard is that I guess has he been doing some voice work, for some of the animated feature or something like that, where he's been a character. But I mean, I don't know, he's kind of old, so who knows who he's going to be. I don't see. Yeah, because it's not listing it. It's anybody's guess. And the other question is he going to be in the whole movie, or are we going to get like a short little snippet of him that takes us into Infinity War? What do you guys think?
I'm starting to think that all it is he's a voiceover for something. For what? I don't know. I don't think he'll probably play a live action role. I think it'll be more of a voiceover. Hey, so I think Star-Lord, you should come over here.
Yeah, with Adrian, yo, what's going on, huh? That would be kind of hilarious. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Hannah? You think we're going to get him, or are we going to get his voice?
I was thinking we were going to get him, but just in a very minuscule role, maybe as like some kind of a prison guard, or just an official who doesn't really do anything and shows up for a few minutes and then is gone.
So kind of like what Glenn Close did with her Nova Prime.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. I think so. Is this an opening weekend for you guys?
Pardon?
Is this going to is this a movie that you would go see opening weekend?
Yes.
I would.
Okay, that's the it pulls me in. I cannot wait to see more. Just some of the characters they were showing.
I think we all should go together.
Yeah. You want to fly out, Simon?
I know, right? That would be awesome. That would be funny.
What, you got something better to do?
I don't know.
Priorities, Simon. You were just bagging on Goody about priorities.
I know, exactly. So no, I don't know. Let's see. When's its release? Is the 5th of May, right, or something like that? Did I get that wrong? Yes, 5th of May, 2017. So, hey, maybe a spring trip. Who knows? That would be fun. All right, but our next trailer, and we've been talking about this one on the site a couple of times. Universal Studios is attempting to create a shared universe with their movie monster properties. So Frankenstein, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, the Wolfman, and the first one that they're going to release in the trailer drop not so long ago is The Mummy.
And don't forget Dracula.
Yeah, and Dracula. Yes, he's a Dracula. So I know you guys have watched this trailer. It kind of looks when it starts off, it kind of looks like it's going to be a Mission Impossible. Just the way it was kind of going.
That vibe because of the whole airplane going down. It's very reminiscent of the Mission Impossible films. Tom Cruise. All right, maybe we'll see. You see him. It looks like he crashes with the plane. He looks like he wakes back up in a morgue. So is Tommy Boy, Mr. Scientology, becoming a zombie?
I love it. I don't know.
That's just the Scientology thing. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, basically the story, an ancient princess is awakened from her crypt beneath the desert, bringing her... I mean, if you just watch it, I don't know. I'm interested. It's not a weekend opener for me, for sure. I'm not sure if I will actually go see it, too. What do you guys?
Same here. It looks actually pretty awful, honestly. I don't know that I'm going to go see it.
It doesn't have Brendan Fraser, so I'm not sure that I want to get in on it. But that's a joke, by the way.
I know it was. I was giving you a silent laugh. Now, here's the thing, though. I mean, Universal has been really, really bad with their films. I mean, the Van Helsing was junk. They've done a couple of others. If they're gonna go back to how these classic monster movies were done, we could be in for a very entertaining ride. The cast is interesting. What I think is really cool, and this is why I had him in my head earlier, is Russell Crowe is playing Dr. Henry Jekyll. And there's also reports, and I don't know if he'll show up in this, but Johnny Depp has been cast as the Invisible Man.
Correct.
So if we don't see him, he still might be in the film. That was a joke.
He'll always claim he was there. I was there. I swear. I swear.
So if this one does well, then, I think we'll see a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde film. I mean, if you're going to use Russell Crowe, we will get these other films too. Out of all the, these classic monster movies from Universal, do you guys have a favorite?
Ooh, that's a good question. I've always been kind of a Dracula fan, but like very early movie Dracula, like Christopher. I can't think of the guy's name. Count Dooku.
Oh, you mean Christopher Lee? His versions of Dracula. Okay, yeah, gotcha.
I love the old Dracula movies. I love the cult classics like the Lost Boys. I don't like Sparkly Twinkly. And we talked about this last night in text messages, and I kept laughing last night. I don't like Sparkly Twinkly Dracula, whatever. Which we'll have to save that conversation for another time. I think that was pretty good at how we went last night. But I'm more of a Dracula fan. I do like some of the other classics, but I think I gravitate towards, the Dracula movies. Even Bram Stoker's. I read the book, love the book. I think Bram Stoker did an awesome job in writing it and the way he wrote it. So But I'm hoping for something good. I mean, you have Russell Crowe as Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I'm a big Russell Crowe fan. I loved Master and Commander as well as a few other movies that he did. I think he's a brilliant actor, or at least he can be. So I have high hopes that this will do good. I mean, obviously the special effects are really good. That whole thing where her eyes separate,
Mm-hmm.
by the eyeball, that kind of freaked me out. But I'm hoping it does somewhat good. But when you look at the trailer, it all looks like Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
And if that's what we're gonna get, then I'm not sure we're gonna go very far.
Yeah, it looks like a mash of a ton of different other movies, and it's just not very unique. We'll see.
Yeah, and I don't know if maybe it was just the preview, and maybe the next trailer that we get, it kind of brings us in a little bit more, because I mean that's what they're built to do. They're supposed to bring us in. So who knows? But Hannah, do you have a classic monster movie that you're?
I am. I'm gonna have to go with Goody here, and I do really like Dracula. Not the sparkly kind. I like the Christopher Lee version. I do like the Invisible Man though too, so that will be. I don't know if that counts.
It does count because that is part of the universe. That line of films. I mean, for me, it's always been Frankenstein.
Oh.
With and not and it has to be the original Frankenstein. It can't be some of these remakes that we've seen, like with Robert De Niro playing Frankenstein. For me, it has always been that classic, story from Mary Shelley that they did. I mean, of course, there's a little adaptation like anything, but that's my favorite. So I'm hoping that they can do that one justice. I have a feeling that there's so many vampire movies that are out there that I think Universal, if they go back to, that original story, the original format that they had with Bela Lugosi, I think will be pretty good too. And I'm just hoping, because The Mummy is a good one too. Boris Karloff as the Mummy, as Frankenstein. I mean, he did some great stuff. And if you notice, he barely said a word.
Right.
It was all facial expression,
right?
Which I think is fantastic.
And I didn't see Frankenstein on that list. It wasn't on that list, was it?
I don't believe it is, but I'm hoping that they pull that in, because if you're going to have Universal Monster, if you look at their logo that they've had over the past years, Frankenstein's right in there. The Bride of Frankenstein. You have, of course, you have the Mummy. You also have in there, typically, they have the creature from the Black Lagoon. And when you've been to Universal Studios, especially, before all the newer stuff that they've done, that was their thing. They had a big floor show that it was all the classic monster movies that they would do. They would invite people from the audience to participate in the floor show. They used to host it in this giant castle that they had on lot. And when you're on the tour bus, you see set pieces that they used for those classic movies. So if Universal's, because they have the rights to all these characters, I really hope that they can do this justice. But this trailer for The Mummy, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. And I don't know if it's because of Tom Cruise or if it's because we're getting a female mummy, and that part where she's walking down London and she does that thing with her arms, and I'm like, it just didn't look good. And I think that might have taken me out of it.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes. I mean, I can only have high hopes for a brand new spin-off for all the monster movies. So I'm going to maintain that high hope and that it does well so that those other ones can continue. But, out of all those on the list, just because of who's playing him, I'm looking forward to Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde the most, I think. So, yeah, we'll see. But, we'll see what we come up with.
It's going to be hard because there are so many monster movies already that for them to bring something new or interesting to the table at this point, I don't know how they can do that.
and you're right. I mean, they have to be original. I mean, if you think about the characters that they've had, the Phantom of the Opera, you've got Dracula. I mean, in the 30s alone, Dracula, Frankenstein, the Mummy, the Invisible Man, Black Cat, Bride of Frankenstein, Werewolf of London, and more Frankenstein and Draculas. But that list alone that they have to pull from, I really hope that they do this justice, because these classics are just that. They're classics. So, but I'm with Hannah. With how much stuff they have out there, it's going to be very hard for them. Let's see who is the writer. Let me have a look. Who is writing this thing? Christopher McQuarrie and John, again with the last names. John Spaihts. Let's see here. Interesting. No. So he yeah, well, he helped with Doctor Strange. He actually wrote it from the story that I believe Cargill did. He did the screenplay for he's doing the new Van Helsing. So maybe that's going to tie into the Universal movie monsters. And he did the Darkest Hour, which I have not seen. The other writer, Christopher McQuarrie, if I'm saying that right, and he's been all over the place because he is known for the Mission Impossible. He is known for Usual Suspects, Edge of Tomorrow, Jack Reacher. So he's done a lot of Tom Cruise. So we know for sure Tom Cruise is going to be running.
Yes, probably a few car chases, lots of explosions.
Yeah, so I mean, this guy's got some good credits because, Edge of Tomorrow, the name threw everybody off, but it actually was a pretty good story. Jack Reacher I enjoyed. Mission Impossible 6 he did. Oh no, he's writing Mission Impossible 6. Sorry. He wrote Valkyrie, The Underworld, Usual Suspects, which is a fantastic movie. So
yeah, one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah, so we'll see what he's got. I mean, who knows, right? We won't know until we get there. And so let's move on to, like I said, tons of trailers. Let's move on to our next trailer. And all I got to say is I think I found a Transformer. I don't know, dude. I'm just going to say it right now. I know people get upset when, they're taking these, I don't know, things from their childhood, but
yeah, their childhood iconic, figures and cartoons.
Yes, and then trashing them. The first Transformers, okay. Everything after that, why?
Money.
I know, right?
Did you need another excuse?
I know, right? So, but I mean, listen to this cast: Anthony Hopkins, Mark Wahlberg, John Goodman, Stanley Tucci, John Turturro, Josh Duhamel. I mean, and there's several, more names that are going in.
Peter Cullen. Hello.
I mean, well, yeah, you have to, right? I mean, what did you guys think of the trailer?
I was not a fan, but then I have not been a fan of these movies at all since the very beginning. So I feel like the whole time I was watching it, I was just, no.
Yeah.
I have been carefully sitting back over the past, I don't know how many years we've been going through these movies, waiting for the iconic Megatron to make his appearance.
Mm-hmm.
And it would appear that he's making his appearance now. If you saw the concept art and that picture online where he's got the arm cannon, granted he's got that sword with the axe head on it. Looks pretty badass. I mean, I'll admit, but I think that's the closest we're gonna get to a iconic Megatron. So the trailer looked good in my opinion. There's going to be lots of action, and they said this is going to be the last one. So I'm hoping it is the last one. So we'll see. And I'm a little irritated at the possible story arc because Prime took off from Earth. I'm going to go kick some butt, and then all of a sudden he's floating in space. Okay, how'd that work out for you?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, because that's what, here we are thinking that he's going on it alone. We're going to get we're leaving Earth. We're going to find a new Cybertron. We're going to get I forget some of the other characters that, we found later on in the original TV series. And now we're right back to it. I don't know. I've always struggled with these. I mean, when you gave me Bumblebee as a Camaro and not as a Volkswagen Bug, I was a little bummed.
I did like the fact that they kept everything, size accordingly. So Prime was huge because he's a Big Mac truck. Bumblebee is smaller because he's a sports car. I like the fact that he did stick to that, and not just hey, he's some dude's ripping around a Corvette, but yet he's this huge dude. I like the fact of that, but yeah, I mean, if they could have stuck to more traditional stuff, but they didn't, I just rolled with it. They're good for what they are, which is just a quick flick. It's an action flick that brings some intensity to you, that'll get you a little excited. Do they go by the original cartoon? No, but it's unfortunate. I don't know. It should be interesting. We have a lot of guys coming back for the cast. You have Mark Wahlberg. You have like everyone else you just said. But so it should be interesting.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, so we'll see.
So I've just dug in because I like to find out who's writing them, right? So it's Art Markham. He is known for the first Iron Man. He is known for Punisher, Warzone, which not that great. But here's the credits that he has listed that have been announced. He's writing Highlander, the remake. Okay. He is also. Hey, you ready for this, Goody? He is writing Transformers 6, 7, and 8.
What?
He is going to be a part of this, and this is what I'm thinking is going to be is that they're doing. Robert Kirkman was a part of this group with him, and what they're going to do is they're making a shared universe with the Transformers in Micronauts, and let's see, Rom, I think it was, and a couple of other. Oh, and I think it was Mask, and I loved Mask as a kid.
Yeah.
So we're going deeper, but I know they're listing it as 6, 7, and 8, but if I remember correctly, they're kind of revamping it. Like we're done with Michael Bay style and going a different direction and reworking this, or they're taking the same characters that they have of how they've built Optimus, Bumblebee, Jazz, all these characters, but then kind of stepping away from what they've done with Michael Bay and going a different direction. So who knows? Maybe they play it up. Maybe they do something a little different.
Well, we can only hope. The only thing I don't like is you keep watching these previews, and it seems like in every movie we do some kind of weird flashback, or we go back in time to explain what's going on in the current movie. Why do we keep changing history, or why do we keep looking at history? I mean, every movie that comes out with Transformers, it's, oh, hey, by the way, this is what really happened. And then the next movie, oh, yeah, by the way, this is really what happened. And then the next one, oh, by the way, no, forget all that stuff. This is really what happened. Come on. I mean, go back once, go back twice, go back a third time. Yeah, move on.
Fool me once. All right. So I'm just taking it from these feelings that, Chad, if you have time, you'll go see it. Hannah's going to stay away from it. I'm going to wait till it's a rental. Yeah. All right.
My feeling is this, and that is it's cheaper to buy the DVD than to go to see the movie.
Yes, that's how I feel with a lot of things too. It is cheaper because you can watch it as many times as you want, and typically for $20, Blu-ray, DVD, and digital download, and that's the same price as a ticket.
Yeah, because we typically go to luxury theater. That's $14 a seat. You want some popcorn, you want some soda or some kind of drink. Yeah, I'll go buy the DVD. I can sit at home, and you know what? If I have to go potty, I can pause it and go.
That's true. That's true. All right. Well, that's enough trailer. And I've been keeping my eye open, but did Spider-Man hit at all yet?
No, and I have been waiting all day for this trailer, and it's not here, and I'm so sad.
Yeah, I am too. The teaser was cool.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to this one, but since it didn't hit, are both of you guys are looking forward to this movie, right?
Yes. Do you think it's safe to assume that this will finally be a good Spider-Man movie?
Yes, I enjoyed Sam Raimi's with the second one, his second one. I enjoyed that one. I just got tired of his mask getting torn off and everybody knowing who he is. And I did like Andrew Garfield. But
I liked Andrew Garfield far more than I liked Tobey Maguire. And people get irritated at me because I didn't like Tobey Maguire whatsoever.
He was terrible, yeah.
And I didn't like Topher Grace's Venom whatsoever either.
No, I'm right there with you. That was ridiculous. So, if for everybody who watched Civil War, Tom Holland, man, I think they found the true Spider-Man.
Yeah, he was really cool. And he had the nerd thing down too, that, no, I can't go fight Captain America. I have homework. And I was like, okay, I'm sold.
Yeah, I am looking forward to this. And what I think is really cool about this one is that we are looking at Sony and Marvel teaming up together. Now, if we could just get Fox and Marvel to team up, we would see better X-Men movies and better mutant movies. So, but since it didn't drop,
we could just get Fox and Sony out of the picture completely and just let Marvel take over.
Yeah, that's not going to happen for a long time. So
yeah. Too bad.
Too bad. But speaking of Disney, Chad, I like this one. What do you got for us here?
Well, for I don't know how many years, ever since the prequels for Star Wars were complete, there has been talk, there has been rumor, there was actually confirmation that George Lucas was working on a live-action TV series for Star Wars, to the point where there are over 50 scripts that have been written for a TV show. Now, what those scripts entail, nobody knows. These things could be sitting at Skywalker Ranch still. They could be sitting in a vault of his. They could be sitting at Lucasfilm, which, since Disney bought them, they now own. Or he could have just, before he sold it, he took all 50 scripts and tossed them in a burning trash can. So nobody knows. So, but there's a lot of speculation as to what might transpire in this live-action TV series. It might be the Jedi Academy, which would be kind of cool, showing a lot of younglings and young guys and girls and women getting trained as Jedi. It could be an Obi-Wan Kenobi series, which there are a lot of people out there that love it. Not only an Obi-Wan Kenobi series, but that's been one of the latest rumors too, in that one of the so-called Star Wars stories might be an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. Just like they're talking about, doing the Han Solo movie. So another speculation for the TV series, and this is my favorite, and that is the Old Republic, which takes place long before the original trilogy, long before Yoda, and there's some really cool stuff. And for those of you who were a fan of the Old Republic video game, that's what it'd be. If you don't know what it is, I suggest looking it up. YouTube Old Republic, and you'll see some cool stuff. And I see you bouncing around back there making faces, Simon. So, I was hoping to make a noise to see it. So then the last one, which is my second favorite, thank you, is Star Wars Underworld, which is actually what Lucas had initially intended it to be. And so you have a lot of bounty hunter stuff going on. I actually did pull some of this stuff up to get to it, and I wasn't there yet. But
okay, but I'm okay. These are all cool. I like your favorite, but I really want some scum and villainy. I want the underworld. That's the one I'm pulling for.
yeah, it would. But the original ideas behind it would be that you would not see the major characters that you saw in the movie. So you wouldn't see Jango Fett, you wouldn't see Boba, you wouldn't see Bosch. Sorry, Shark. You wouldn't see IG-88. No Dengar. But you never know. I mean, Disney bought all this stuff. Disney's looking to, obviously make some serious coin, which they're already making. And they're looking to expand all this stuff. Basically where Lucas stopped, they want to pick up, redo, and make it awesome. And there's a lot of people out there who want it. And like we've talked about on numerous other podcasts, and that is, Kathleen Kennedy has already said that they could do a movie a year for the next 20 years. So on top of that, they can have multiple TV shows. They're already working on more animated TV shows. They just haven't said just what yet. So this Star Wars gun has gone off. The bullets are spraying everywhere, and I'm super excited.
Yeah, I too am super excited. I'm looking forward to what Filoni has set up for us for the new animated stuff. You can go down so many roads with Star Wars. I said I like the scum and villainy. The Jedi Academy, maybe we tie. I mean, where do we go? Do we tie that in so we can kind of see what Luke was doing? He doesn't have to be in it. Maybe he's in the pilot. That's about it. And then you have, I don't know. I mean, you could do all kinds of stuff with that.
Well, a lot of what they're talking about too is where they're going to air this stuff. If it's an ABC type show, it's going to be more family oriented. So you'll have a lot less. Yes, I agree. I saw you putting your finger down your throat.
Yeah,
it's a lot less, drama. It's a lot less shoot them up, kill them up, lightsabers cutting limbs off, bounty hunters going after hard bounties. But it's going to be more family oriented. If it's on a Netflix, no holds barred. If it's on a Disney XD, much more family oriented. So this can go one of many ways. My hope is like a Netflix type series, which we kind of talked about a couple weeks ago. So, but as a side note, the Star Wars Underworld was actually originally rumored, and this was never confirmed, to take place between the prequels and A New Hope. So,
all right, Hannah.
So what's the count here? Simon wants Underworld and Goody wants Underworld. All right.
I want Old Republic.
He wants Old Republic.
Oh, okay. Well, I want Obi-Wan Kenobi, so
that's my other one. He's my favorite.
Yeah, he's great.
But then you're going to have to figure out where we're doing Kenobi, because if you want to go young, I just hope they don't do like a young Indiana Jones if they went with Kenobi. The show is okay, but not so much. Because you have Ewan McGregor, I don't think he's going to commit to doing too much TV. It would be great to see Kenobi, but who knows what they're going to do. It's Disney. They can do anything. I don't think
he'll commit to TV too much, but he's already committed to, if they did the standalone movie, he'd do it.
And I would love that. That would be great, which we've talked about that a couple weeks ago. So we're all split.
Basically what it comes down to, you guys are wrong, I'm right.
No, we all know I'm right here. I'm the special guest, right? So I get to be right.
Oh man, I can't believe she used that tonight. Okay, that's a one-time deal, by the way.
Oh man.
All right. Okay. Now those are the 5 that they've listed. But if you had your choice on something that wasn't listed, what would it be?
I would still go Old Republic.
Okay, so regardless of what my question was, you're just gonna stick with what's on the list.
Look, you asked me what I wanted, and so I'm telling you. Okay.
Okay.
So, but if I could not pick anything on that list out of those 4 or 5 things, I would go something that was between Empire and Return of the Jedi.
Which that would be kind of fun, because if it's a certain book and we tie that all in with the underworld, that would be awesome. Is that what you're thinking?
Yes, I was.
Okay, awesome.
You get to see a little Dash Rendar, the YT-2400. Yes.
Okay, Hannah, what about you?
I don't know. I honestly would be happy with anything related to Darth Vader. If we could get something in that gap between the Third and A New Hope, I think that would be interesting. I think that's kind of what's being covered in the animated.
You're getting some of that in Rebels, but you're also going to get a little of that in Rogue, because if you've watched the trailers carefully, and there has been some concept art that has kind of made its round, you actually see Vader without all his gear. You see some other things that are kind of related, that there's a possibility we may get a little bit of his story. So, but I
don't want a little bit. I want like all of it. I just want something Darth Vader centered. That would be fun.
So you want?
I have the Darth Vader shirt today too.
Yeah, you want Headhunter Vader. You want Jedi Killer Vader.
You know what? Yeah, but I got Boba on.
Oh no, I have Boba on too. I beat you.
Oh wait, hold on. I'm trying to zoom into that picture.
See?
Yeah.
And the man.
Dang it!
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious.
I got X-Wing Fighter too.
Oh my gosh.
Darth Vader's better. Sorry.
Apparently, I forgot to wear my Star Wars shirt.
You're lame.
That's all right. I'm still with Disney.
Whatever. You're lame.
But I do notice there's this theme here. Hannah and Goody, you guys are both scum and villainy. Yep. So I think I win.
Oh, 2 against 1.
So all right. So next, let's jump on to the next topic here, which is another one of Chad's. This frustrated me.
And I came across this article, and I almost pulled all my hair out. I was so irritated, and I'm not irritated at the fact that this 9-year-old came up with this concept. I'm actually impressed. What I'm irritated at is that it got so much traction on social media, and other people on other websites are covering. I'm going, why are you doing this? This makes no sense. So here is the gist, and that is this 9-year-old kid came up with the theory that Darth Maul becomes Boba Fett. And so the Boba Fett that we see in Empire Strikes Back is not actually young Fett, it's actually Darth Maul in disguise. He makes some points in his article, or in the article that was written, and I think the first couple points make sense. Other than that, it goes way out in the left field and makes no sense whatsoever. The fact that Maul could stand next to Vader and Vader not know, I don't buy whatsoever. None of this makes a whole lot of sense. It's actually kind of annoying. And everyone I talked to went, no. I went, okay, I'm on the same opinion. Don't shoot the messenger. So
yeah, everyone we talked to within our circle had the same reaction. Here's the other thing that it's great. He's 9 years old, came up with this idea. The fact that all these people were reporting on it, it's like, okay, are we really doing a story that this 9-year-old did this, or are you really intrigued in this? Because if you think about it, you make the point where he's standing right next to Vader. Vader's going to sense him regardless. But why is Boba Fett so bent on getting Han Solo in these? You know what I mean? It's like, no, wouldn't he really want to go find Kenobi?
Precisely.
You know,
Which, even if he knew Kenobi was no longer, even if he knew Kenobi died, you know, at the hands of Vader, wouldn't you think that he'd want that kind of revenge on Vader? Hey, you killed my arch nemesis. Now I'm going to come after you.
yeah.
It makes no sense. I mean, there are a lot of reasons why Fett was after Solo for forever, really, because of this huge feud they've had. But okay, did you just flush your toilet?
No, you know, my wall back here is connected to our shower.
Oh, okay.
So somebody, yeah, it's so annoying, but yeah.
I thought it was Simon's house. That's why I was kind of
I
laughing.
was like, what was that?
Oh, that's mine.
That was awesome. Okay.
I thought a ship just flew over your house, and
yeah, it was a UFO. Oh man, that got me pretty good. You know, the only reason I brought it up was because I was, you know, pretty impressed with the idea that this 9-year-old kid came up with this idea. He thought it out very well. He gave a lot of great arguments for it, but the arguments for it just don't make sense, in my opinion. I mean, what'd you think?
It was a better theory than I could ever come up with. So I mean,
I applaud him. For coming up with this idea. It does fall short of a lot of things, and we've kind of already poked holes in it. Lots of the people we talked to poked holes in it. It's an interesting take, but it's not going to take. You know, it's a fan theory, and that's all it is. It's not going to go anywhere. And we still have more to find out about Boba, as we get him in the Han Solo film. And who knows, with these TV shows and animated features, we may get some more. We may get more Mandalorian. Who knows?
I'm hoping so. I can only hope so, at least.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm so out of this one. This is all you two. This next story.
Oh, is this Barbie? Are we really doing this one? Seriously? Oh, okay.
This is all you, Hannah. Hannah, you wanted to talk Barbie. I'm going to let you talk Barbie.
All right. I'm talking Barbie solely for the purpose of making fun of Barbie. So they're coming out with a live-action Barbie film. And this is for real. They are actually doing this. And the story goes that it's Barbie, but she doesn't fit into this perfect Barbie world. I think maybe because she's either overweight or doesn't have like a cute boyfriend or whatever it is that makes her, somehow horribly different. She gets kicked out of perfect Barbie land and has to learn to love herself as she is, which cracks me up because this is them trying to fight the stereotype that they almost single-handedly have been building up since the very beginning. So I don't know. I don't see how that's going to work.
I do like what you bring up is that Mattel has put Barbie on this pedestal, and they have made her this figure that you had those proportions of how they built her, you wouldn't live. Amy Schumer, to me, with casting her and seeing some of her stuff, this is definitely going to be R-rated, I think, or at least a hard PG-13 with where they go with this. So far, all we know is Amy Schumer has been cast. We have 2 writers. And let's see, they are known for really nothing. So they are, Lindsay.
Well, no, I believe the article said that she and her sister were going to rewrite the script, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right, because these guys did the early script.
You guys have already done way more research on this than I have, and I find that very amusing.
Which just sounds like a lot like that song.
I'm a Barbie girl. That one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was singing that. I couldn't help it. It just popped into my head. Yeah. You know, here's the thing. I mean, there's so many properties out there, toy lines, cartoons, books, and you know, there's lots of animated features of Barbie. Half the time, they're very ditzy, dumbed down, and you know, the premise for this story sounds a little interesting. You know, Hannah kind of gave us an overview. It's a doll living in Barbie land is expelled for not being perfect enough and sets off on an adventure in the real world. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. But people are just checking this out like crazy. The popularity is, you know, up there on people who are interested about this. But there is one thing that Amy Schumer also still is not completely confirmed that she's going to play this character. It's still a rumor. So who knows?
So maybe it's not actually a thing, or is it definitely a movie and then maybe not Amy?
It's probably a movie in the making, but it could be one of those that just sees the shelf again because the studio finally looks at it and goes, no, we you know, our Barbie needs to be like this. And as long as they don't kill it with what they did with the Smurfs, you know, stuff like that.
Good deal.
I know. So as long as they don't kill it like that, I don't know. But for me, this is definitely a no-go.
Yeah, same here. Except as I was mentioning in text message, it would make me happy because it would give me another female character that I can continually make fun of rather than just always making fun of Bella Swan. So, I mean, yeah, so.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. It just blows my mind how they're constantly picking up these properties and just killing them. You know, it's like, you know, they either have to remake something, they have to tweak it because they think it, you know, will sell more toys or whatever it may be. And for me, it's like if we just stick to what the premise was of some of these, and yes, I say that because unfortunately, a lot of the cartoons in the '80s were built to sell toys. But I don't know. It's an interesting idea for Barbie, but I'm still a no-go. I don't care. You cannot drag me to see this.
Yep, same here.
Yeah, I think we beat that horse in the ground.
Yeah. It's. I think we need to move over to some TV time. Which, man, Tom Hardy's Taboo.
This is looking really good. I'm actually kind of blown away. I've seen this preview several times over the past, week, and it made me laugh, just hysterically when I learned that it was not only Tom doing this, Tom Hardy, but his dad as well. And so you have the Hardy Boys.
Yes. Hence the link.
Yeah, since the link, and for a lot of you who are our age, you'll remember the Hardy Boy books. They were all kind of problem solvers, kind of like the Mystery Machine guys, Scooby-Doo. But these were
a version of Nancy Drew, pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much, but better.
What?
Actually, I have no idea. But just saying. So, but yeah, this Taboo, it's on FX. It's also going to be premiering on what was it? BBC One. So looks like it starts there first. And Tom Hardy and Ridley Scott are executive producers, as well as Lisa Marshall, Kate Crow, Dean Baker, and Stephen Knight. And consulting producer is his dad, Chips Hardy. Mm-hmm. So they're going to be an hour long. It's made by Scott Free Productions, which is, Ridley Scott, and Hardy, Son, and Baker. So it's looking really good. The cast is actually pretty good. Tom Hardy, Una Chaplin, Dave Heyman, Michael Kelly, Jonathan Pryce, and there's a lot of supporting recurring cast too. That's actually pretty good. So, and what it is, it's this British drama television series that's coming out, created by Stephen Knight, and of course Tom Hardy and Chips Hardy. That's an 8-episode miniseries. It's about an adventurer who returns to Great Britain, or just Britain, whatever you folk like to call it, from Africa, along with 14 stolen diamonds to seek vengeance on the death of his father. So it's been an interesting preview. If you have not seen the Taboo trailer, go out, take a look at it. It looks really good. I think it's going to be one of Tom Hardy's better pieces of work from what the trailer shows. What do you think, Simon?
I think so. The man is fantastic. I love his acting. You can also see it in the show notes. There should be a link in there to take you to the trailer itself. You know, I mean, I kind of want to back up because you were talking about Stephen Knight, who has created this. And if you don't know who he is best known for Eastern Promises, which was pretty good. He wrote Locke for Tom Hardy, which was a very interesting movie, but one that I'm kind of jazzed about. He's also a writer for Peaky Blinders, and Peaky Blinders is awesome. So just having him tied in with this, Tom Hardy's acting style, whom also appeared in Peaky Blinders, which with a fantastic character. I can't wait. I cannot wait for this one. This one might have to be a spoil it when it comes out.
When does it come out?
It's January 10th.
All right.
Yes, and on FX, which means that I am going to have to purchase it in order to watch it. But I don't know. I like Tom Hardy. I like his stuff. I like everything that he does. I mean, even his obscure stuff. I don't know if you guys have seen Bronson, but man, the guy just he can do so many different ranges with his acting, and I love it.
Yeah, I think with this brings up a good topic because I think we're just about over that one, but in Spoil It. We talked about that briefly at the very beginning of the show, and that Spoil It is coming to almost a close because of WestWorld, and so we're looking for another show to spoil it for you guys, and hopefully to also include Miss Hannah Heath. So ideas should be coming forth sometime soon. We're gonna throw some things at Hannah, see what she's willing to watch. I know she doesn't like the gory and weird stuff, so so it should be, we're gonna find something that's obviously not Gilmore Girls, but
Boo! You're such a killjoy.
Okay, or not 90210 or something. So I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that, but there goes that plane again. So yeah, we're if you guys have ideas what you want to hear about, we've asked you guys, actually everyone, numerous times, right at the end of Spoil It, Simon and I have asked you, hey, what do you guys want to hear? What do you want to see? We can also go back to Netflix shows. That's pretty easy to do. We can do an episode each week. I can share my account, with Hannah if she doesn't have one. I'm sure, I think you guys have a Netflix account. I'm pretty sure.
Netflix, yes.
Okay. I'm pretty sure Simon has one. So
no, because we know that he's not a cord cutter because he's never mentioned being a cord cutter before.
Never mentioned it at all. Not one bit.
No.
Yeah. So anyways, back to the farm. Yeah, so let's find another show that we can have Miss Hannah help out, maybe Switchblade, Susanna can help out,
yes,
maybe sometime Johnny can hop out.
I'd like to have Johnny in here.
So but yeah, so we'll find something new that we can spoil it as well as talk it in here. Once again, I won't be here next week. I'll be watching Star Wars Rogue One, which, yes, that is where my priorities lie, and I'm doing it for the website as well, so double bonus. But yeah, so hey, let's talk about what we're watching. Simon, why don't you go up?
All right. Actually, I was going to let our special guest go first.
Okay, there you go.
Aw, thank you. All right, so I am watching The Gilmore Girls. Surprise, surprise. Goody. Oh my gosh. And I've been watching The Clone Wars on and off. And yeah, that's about it. Oh, and I'm gonna jump into Pandora Hearts, which is an anime that's supposed to be good. So we'll see. I don't know.
Okay, so I've never watched
What are you
Gilmore Girls. We know Chad hasn't watched Gilmore Girls. I do like the main actress. I can't remember what her name is. She was on Parenthood. I'm very tempted, but I got too much on my list, so that might just be down there. Is it good though? Because I hear it's pretty good.
It is good. It's very, the dialogue is very rapid fire. So that's kind of fun just because you have to really be paying attention, I guess. So yeah, it's very funny. It's like a drama / comedy. So I enjoy it.
And you're an
why don't we try this, Simon? Just to give this benefit of the doubt. Why don't we try an episode?
You want to? I'll do it if you do it.
I'll try. I'll do an episode.
Okay. All right.
But we can't spoil it next week.
No, we won't. So let's set that. Maybe we need to do a special Gilmore Girls edition.
That would be awesome. I would love them.
All right, and yes, and you know what? We'll set it up to where Hannah's also still with us. She can run the show. She can kind of firebomb us with things, and then we'll. Who knows? You never know. We may watch that first one and go, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I missed this." So yeah, let's play with that. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch it because I have a feeling that she's gonna fire us with questions, going, "Well, what'd you think about that? Well, that never really happened, so you're lying. You never saw it."
Yeah. All right. Yeah. No, I like that idea. Let's do that in honor of Hannah being our guest today. So
sounds fun.
And you're also an avid reader. So what are you reading right now?
Okay. I'm reading a manga, and I can't pronounce the name of it. So I think it's just Noragami. Can you see that? Noragami?
That looks like Noragami, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then the author has a weird name. Also can't pronounce. But it's about a homeless god. I'm not even going to try to say that. Yeah, let's go with that. That's how you say it. Yeah, it's very good. It's about a god who's kind of been forgotten, and he has no shrine, he has no home, and so he's going around trying to talk other people into allowing him to perform miracles for them and save them, and nobody wants anything to do with him because he's just this like crummy little part god. And it's very funny, but then also has some interesting themes to it. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Right on. And Chad, what are you watching?
Don't say it. Don't say it.
I am watching Star Wars Rebels.
Oh, me too.
I am watching Conviction with Hayley Atwell. I am watching WestWorld. I'm not currently reading a book right now. I asked for a lot of books for Christmas, by the way. But yeah, I think that's about it.
What books did you ask for Christmas?
Ooh, good question. There's a new Jim Butcher book I actually asked for. There's also a series that I read when I was a kid that I need to reread because I want to do reviews on them, and because I gave the books to someone and they never returned them and they moved out of state.
I hate that.
That wasn't me.
No, yeah, it wasn't Simon. Some other bonehead. But it's called The Guardians of the Flame, and the whole premise is actually pretty cool. And I got hooked on this because I think, Simon, you'll like this, is that there's a big group of kids who they're playing Dungeons and Dragons, and their dungeon master is actually a wizard from another dimension that transports them as their characters to this dimension. So,
okay, that does sound pretty cool. It almost It almost sounds like the old Dungeons and Dragon cartoon that used to be on Saturday mornings. Okay, if you redo those, that'd be awesome.
Which I think the cartoon was actually based off the books. Slightly.
Really?
Yes.
Ah.
But there are certain things that were different because the leader in the cartoon was a guy who used a bow. The leader in the books doesn't use a bow. He's a warrior. So it's a cool series. I'm gonna reread it and I'm gonna post up some reviews. That is, if I get them for Christmas. So
cool. No, that'd be awesome.
I mean, I get them. So I'm actually probably gonna be making a run to Barnes and Noble tomorrow, right after work, just to see what's there, what I can pick up, which I'll probably get yelled at for. So it's Christmas. Why are you buying books? Sorry.
Yeah, because they're already bought and in the other room, and yeah, I know that one.
Yeah. So, and I am also watching. No, I didn't watch that this week. So, I didn't because I haven't watched it in like 3 weeks.
Okay, that's good. Because hold off, because I think Shark's trying to catch up. All right. As for me, so I was holding off for the whole Flash, Arrow, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow crossover because we're getting this huge story. So I go in and I watch Supergirl. What's going on? Why aren't we there yet? What's happening? The very last 2 minutes of Supergirl. There was 2 little tidbits within the show that kind of was like, okay, that was weird. And then at the end, boom, here comes Barry Allen and Cisco Ramon to show up in her universe and says, hey, we need your help. And then that's like the end of it. And I'm like, seriously? So then I start watching The Flash because The Flash is the next one. They take that entire scene and just replay it in The Flash to start the story. And at that point I said, yeah, I'm putting you on hold.
Yeah, it's kind of lame.
That is so lame. Don't tell me it's going to be this huge crossover. And then really it's like, oh, well, we filmed this for The Flash because, we're going to bring you over to, Flash, Arrow, and Legends, but we're not really, and then we're just going to tack it on to your show initially. Sorry. That's a great text.
Yeah.
So I'm a little disappointed in that. That kind of frustrated me. So really it's not a 4-show crossover. It's a 3-show crossover. I am, just like you, I'm watching Star Wars Rebels, which we'll talk about and spoil it. We finished WestWorld last night. I just finished season 1 of Man in the High Castle. And if you haven't seen it, because it is on Amazon, not everybody has an Amazon account. I was doing their free 30-day trial, and very interesting. I enjoyed the book. They have taken that concept and they're kind of running with it. The more episodes I got into, the more I liked it, and the way the first season ended was really cool. And then again, I'm rewatching Downton Abbey with Danielle because she made fun of me when I originally watched it, and then I made her watch The Crown. And then as soon as that was over, she's like, I'm hearing about Downton Abbey. And I'm like, really? The show you made fun of me and now you want? So she's hooked. And so we're watching that together. And I'm just looking for something new to kind of add to my list. I have lots of things that I want to watch, but nothing's kind of like pulling at me going, hey, watch this one. I tried to watch, what is that? That Vikings show.
The Vikings?
Is it Vikings?
The Vikings.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it, so I think I'm going to move on. Season 2 of Man on the Heist Castle starts here soon. I think it's tomorrow it lands, so I guess I don't have to wait too long. I'm not reading anything. I'm doing.
Simon.
I know there's so many things. I asked Santa for a Kindle so I can put all the stuff that we're getting from a lot of our companies that we work with, so I can start doing some more reviews and I can take it with me.
What else did you ask Santa for?
Santa's gonna bring me a guitar, so I can play with my daughter. We're going to learn together, which will be fun. And yeah, that's kind of where we are. So,
what did Miss Hannah ask Santa for?
Oh, I asked for a bunch of Valiant comic books, honestly. I'm going to try and collect all of them. Yes, I knew Simon would be happy about that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just asked for a ton of them, and then nerd shirts because I'm running low. I need Stranger Things nerd shirts. I need Batman nerd shirts. Yeah, just.
Okay, that is awesome that you are, and I know because, and I was going to get into this here shortly, you have been reviewing Faith through Valiant Entertainment, written by Jody Houser, art by Marguerite Sauvage, and some other bodies that are in there. I can't remember who's all in there. You've done all of them, but you've reviewed all 6 except for number 5, which I think is, and that's okay. Now, besides that book, are there any other ones? Because Valiant sends us some books to look at and review. Are there any other characters that have jumped out at you that is what you want to add to your collection?
I actually haven't been able to read any of the other ones that have come through, which I'm sad about. I'm going to do that now, though, now that I don't have any school. Bloodshot looked really interesting. Have you read Bloodshot?
I've read some Bloodshot. I love the premise of it. Ninjak is good. I mean, they're all good.
The other one. Yeah.
I know you've done Divinity.
Yes. Oh, those are great.
Yes, they are. They're fantastic. Yeah. With Valiant Entertainment, I love their style because one book can be just, that's it. It doesn't have to, you don't have to read all of them. You could read it as standalone and it works. These guys were around a while, for quite a long time. They fell apart and they had a new person come in, purchase them, revamp it, and these guys are just knocking it out of the park. When you have writers like Matt Kent, Jeff, why can't I think of it?
Lemire.
Yes, Lemire. Thank you. When you have gentlemen like that, Raffer Roberts, Jody Houser, who just this year finally stopped working in the corporate world and became a full-time writer because of Valiant, plus her work over at Marvel and a couple of other companies. I mean, their stories are great. Their characters are very interesting. Soon we're going to get a Ninjak series on the web, short form, which I'm looking forward to. It is going to, speaking of Bloodshot, that is going to be played by, oh my gosh, Jonathan. He's one of the original Power Rangers from the TV. I can't for some reason I can't remember his name. We did a thing over at Colorado Springs Comic Con with him, and he kept teasing, "Oh, I've got something I want to talk about, but I can't until next week." And next week, of course, was the New York Comic Con, and that's when they made the announcement for the Ninjak series, and they're just beefing things up. I did an unboxing for a tabletop game that they did, and they're just getting into a lot more things, and their characters are wonderful.
So good.
4001 AD was a fantastic story. If you wanted to add that to your list, and stuff is great. I love it. Your review just the other day, Dinesh, the president, and Jody Houser liked your review, and
yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, very cool that they saw that, liked it. I've had a couple of Twitter conversations with the president, and I love their style. I love how they do things. I've had a couple of conversations with the guys who do a lot of the convention circuit, and after sitting down and talking with these guys, I just kind of became a fanboy. So it's kind of cool that you're also becoming a fangirl.
Well, the amount of thought that they put into not only the world, but what it is that they're trying to get across through their stories, you can tell that they actually have sat down and thought about this rather than, oh, well, what's going to make money or what's going to be popular at this moment, that they actually have a point behind a lot of their stories, and they bring on people, writers and artists who seem to be plugged into that, and that's hard to do, and it's really impressive. So
yeah,
I'm excited. I like that.
I'm glad you're going. When whatever shows up, let me know what you have, so we can chat about it. So time, because you're our special guest. Yes, you contribute to our site, but why don't you tell us who you are? Who is Hannah Heath? Where can they find you? And do you have anything you want to plug?
The spotlight is on.
Oh no. Okay. So my name is Hannah Heath. I am a writer. It's what I do. I write book reviews, movie reviews if I can. I write short stories and novels. Yes, Simon, I do have something I'd like to plug. I have a short story on Amazon called Skies of Dripping Gold. It's a young adult Christian dystopian. So if you're a fan of that kind of stuff, go read it. If you're not a fan of that kind of stuff, then you're wrong. Go read it. Yes. And you can find me on hannahheathwriter.com. And from there, you can find my blog and all of the social medias that I'm on. So come say hello. I like talking to people.
Right on. That is cool. And you know, we'll put a link in the show notes too, so that they'll head over to your book over on Amazon.
Sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, you got it. And Chad, do you want people to find you? If so, where?
Well, if they must. I am over on Twitter. I am Chad Griffin 12. I am over on Instagram. I am DJ Kilt over there. You can find me on Facebook under, of course, Chad Goodwin. And, of course, over at constantcollectible.com. I, too, do writing for book reviews. I have a couple different topic slots that I write under solely, I guess. That's Goodies Publication Audit and Goodies. Can't talk tonight. Yeah, we'll just go along with that. So.
And of course, I'm Simon over at constantcollectible.com. You can find me at C_collectible on Twitter. I do the Instagram also for us at Constant Collectible and much more. Let us know what you think. Leave us comments, share, likes, whatever it is. Just come and chat. And again, like Chad said, if you have any ideas for a show that you'd like us to spoil that we can watch with you, let us know also in the comments. Thanks for watching. I know we went a little long tonight, but we had a lot of topics. I want to thank Hannah for joining us this week. And remember, show note, Goody will not be here next week, and it will be Hannah and I, which will be awesome.
So sad. He
Yeah.
doesn't love us anymore.
That's all right. We'll probably get text updates, every once in a while, when he runs out to the bathroom. No, but appreciate you guys watching. Thanks so much. And half of us will see you next week.
Bye.
Take care, everybody.